Donald Trump just attacked the very judge he appointed. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's happening right now. This isn't just any legal battle, as it's the highest stakes clash you could imagine. This judge, handpicked by Trump himself, is now under fire from him. And what about the Department of Justice? Who are they backing? This story is about to flip everything you thought you knew about the American legal system. But wait, there's something nobody is saying out loud. You won't believe what happens next. So what's at the heart of this bizarre showdown? The judge in question, named by Trump himself, has been directly challenged by Trump's own Ministry of Justice. This isn't just a mistake. This is a calculated move that could change the entire case. At first glance, it looks like a legal misstep, but take a step back. What if this is just the tip of a much bigger pattern? A pattern where the system's integrity is being tested at every level. What does this really mean for the future of justice in America? Keep watching, because the implications are massive. Trump's response to his appointed judge wasn't just unexpected, it was a direct assault. The judge, Novak, stepped in after a scandal involving Lindsay Halligan, who had been falsely presenting herself as the U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Sounds minor, right? But here's where it gets wild. Novak didn't hesitate. He immediately ordered Halligan to explain herself, warning that she might face disciplinary actions for misrepresenting her title. This is a huge deal. A judge calling out someone from Trump's own camp. Why would a Trump-appointed judge go this far? And notice what's missing here. Why? There's no apology, no step back, just a clash of egos, and the stakes are rising fast. The situation didn't stop with Novak's order. No, it escalated fast. Halligan, along with her colleagues from the Department of Justice, fought back hard. They accused Judge Novak of overstepping his bounds, claiming that his actions were an abuse of power. The audacity here is staggering. They're essentially telling the judge that he has no right to question their actions. This isn't just about a legal error anymore. It's about power, influence, and control within the justice system. Remember, this is happening under the Trump administration, which has repeatedly pushed boundaries on legal norms. And now the lines are blurred even more. What's really at stake here is the unchecked authority of those in power, and that should worry everyone. Now it gets even darker. The Department of Justice's response to Novak's orders? It's a shocker. They didn't just disagree with the judge. They outright accused him of violating fundamental legal principles. In their brief, they wrote that Novak's actions were a direct attack on the process, claiming that the judge had no authority to question Halligan's title or the government's actions. But here's the real twist. They tried to make it sound like Novak was the one breaking the law. They're flipping the script entirely, accusing the judge of misconduct while ignoring the obvious. Halligan had been caught red-handed, pretending to be something she wasn't. This isn't just a legal battle anymore, and it's a full-blown war for control of the system. And in a world where power runs unchecked, who's going to stop it? As if this situation couldn't get any worse, the pressure keeps mounting. First, there's the conflict between the judge and Halligan's team. Then, the Department of Justice responds with defiance, questioning Novak's authority. But it doesn't stop there. You've got a growing storm of legal challenges, accusations, and threats of disciplinary actions. Halligan and her team are digging in their heels, while Novak and the judicial system are forced into a corner. What happens when this tension reaches its breaking point? This isn't just a legal fight. This is a battle for the soul of the justice system itself. And if it continues this way, we could see a collapse of trust in the very institutions that are supposed to uphold the law. But here's where it hits home. This isn't just about judges or legal battles. This is about the people caught in the crossfire. When the justice system gets bogged down by power struggles, it's ordinary citizens who suffer. People like you and me who trust that the system is fair. Imagine facing criminal charges only to find out your prosecutor is illegally holding office. Imagine trying to get a fair trial, but the system is rigged from the inside out. This isn't just a legal glitch. This is real, and it could affect anyone. If this feels familiar, say so in the comments, because this is the kind of breakdown that touches us all, even if we don't realize it yet. Now, let's zoom out. This isn't just a rogue prosecutor or a defiant judge. This is a reflection of a much bigger issue in the system. What we're seeing here is a breakdown of the checks and balances that are supposed to keep power in check. At the heart of it, this is about leverage, the ability to manipulate the system for personal or political gain. When a system that's supposed to protect justice becomes a spectacle, it loses its legitimacy. This isn't just about one case, one judge, or one prosecutor. It's about a broader pattern where power and influence override fairness, and that's not just troubling. It's dangerous. Because once you've lost the public's trust, the system may never be the same. So where does this all lead? There are two paths here, and neither one is simple. On one hand, you've got a future where the justice system starts to fight back, where judges like Novak regain their authority, and the system reasserts some level of fairness. But then there's the other path, a path where the pressure from Trump's team continues, where the DOJ and the system bend further and further to political influence. What happens if this momentum continues? Will we see more cases like this where legal norms are thrown out the window and the system becomes just another tool of power? The next move is already being made, and it's not clear which way it will tip. In the end, what we're witnessing is the unraveling of a system that was supposed to protect fairness and justice. The fight over power and control isn't just about a single case. It's a battle for the future of American law. The real question is, who will stand up when the system breaks down? We've seen the cracks, but what happens when it shatters? This isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something much larger. Stay tuned, because the next twist is coming faster than you think. Don't miss out on our next deep dive. Subscribe for continued analysis.